All right. I want to welcome everyone here today. We'll probably just wait another minute or two to make sure that everybody gets on, um, and then we'll go ahead and get started. But we want to wait. We want to thank you guys for attending, and we hope that you find this information helpful when it comes to posting articles. So again, we'll just wait another minute or two just to make sure that everyone who wanted to join gets on, and then we'll get rolling. All right. I think it looks like we've got everyone on, so we will go ahead and get started. Again, we want to welcome you to this Wednesday writing workshop, and in today's workshop we're going to be talking about how to craft killer articles. You'll notice on the screen you're going to see our URL, ontoplocal.com. You're also going to see our Facebook URL, which is facebook.com/ontoplocal. We'd really highly suggest that you go ahead and like our Facebook page. We have a great team that's putting content on there, putting helpful tips and tricks. We're also sharing training videos or videos on different software that can help you with your marketing. So again, I highly suggest that you just like that page and kind of follow it so that you can stay up with all of the things that we're doing. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so on the presentation or on this webinar today, we've got myself, Troy Howard, one of the owners of OnTopLocal, and we've also got Kelly Reynolds, who is our Director of Marketing. Kelly's been with us for a few months now, and we brought her on to the company for a couple very specific reasons. First, obviously, to help market our business and to make sure that we're getting our message out there to everyone that we can. And the second part of Kelly's focus with our company is to help you guys market your business. So she's going to be helping you guys with tips and tricks and training, also coming up with some different marketing ideas. She's going to be coming up with some materials and different things that you can use to market your business. So she's not only going to be a great asset to us and our company, but I think you guys will find that she's a great asset to your company as well. So again, the agenda here today is we're going to talk about the tips and tricks of crafting killer articles, and then we'll do some question and answer at the end there. So we'll go ahead and move forward. Okay, so when it comes to crafting killer articles, what you really need to think about is what are your customers searching for? What is it that they're going to put into the search engines that's going to drive them to the search engines to look for information? And then you need to write about that. So for example, if you're a carpet cleaner, they may be searching for carpet cleaning discounts, carpet cleaning coupons. They could be searching for affordable carpet cleaning. They could be searching for kind of do-it-yourself information, both videos and articles. So it could be how to get red wine out of your carpet, how to get gum out of carpet, how to get nail polish out of carpet. These are all things that you can be creating content for that they're going to be searching for. So that's what you want to do. If you're a home inspector, they could be searching for home inspection services. They could be searching for questions about the different issues that they might find with their home, like an issue with a water heater, a leaky water heater, something like that. And again, if it's any industry that you're in, whether it's home inspection, carpet cleaners, residential, commercial cleaners. There's tons of searches out there that are going on for your services that you can write about. Now, do you hate writing? No worries there. Not every one of us is born to be a writer, and sometimes it can be difficult. So we do have some training videos out there where you can actually, we show you where you can purchase articles. And they range anywhere from, $2 to $3 an article, upwards of, $10 an article, the ones that we suggest. Article writing can actually get very expensive. Some professional writers charge as much as $25 to $50 an article. But we found some great resources where you guys can get articles for, anywhere from $3 to $10 per article if you want to purchase them. But I think after watching this webinar, you're going to feel more comfortable with writing your own articles. Okay, so how do you write a good article in less than 5 minutes? Okay, so what I do when I'm trying to come up with a good article to write is I like to go to the search engine. So I go to Google and I search a phrase that I think my customers are going to put into the search engines. So, for example, let's say I do residential house cleaning. Someone might go and search for how to clean a shower head because it gets the build, the calcification on it, all that buildup on it. They may be looking for a way to do that. So what you can do is you can go to Google and do a search for that very same thing. So you do the same search that your customer would do. And you're going to find tons of different articles and content out there, and just go through and pick 2, maybe 3 different articles. Take a minute or two to just kind of read through those articles that you find and that you like, and then immediately start to write about the very same subject. What you'll find is that when it comes to writing, a lot of times when you're looking at a blank page, it can get hard. It's kind of hard to get started on the article. You don't know quite how to do it. But if you go and read 2 or 3 articles about the same topic or similar topic, it will kind of get those juices, those creative juices flowing, and you'll find that you'll be able to write very quickly and easily about that topic. Now, your article could be very similar to the ones that you just read, but you want to make sure that you're using your own words, that you're not just copying their article exactly, because you want it to be in your own words for 2 reasons. One, you want it to be your own message, which is important because it's personally coming from you. And 2, the search engines don't like just content that's going to be duplicated. So if you were to just go and copy somebody else's article, paste it in, and submit it, the odds are that article's not going to rank very well because Google's going to see that article, the exact same content, in different places. Now, you want original content. What does original content mean to Google? They say that as long as the content is 30% different or original, then they're going to count that as original content. So what does that mean? Well, that means that you could read an article and then you can rewrite it in your own words, and you'll get at least 30% different just by rewriting it in your own words. So you'll be creating an original content according to Google standards, but you're using another article as an idea. Again, I suggest 2 or 3 articles. Read those real quick because that's going to give you more ideas and it's going to give you even more original content than just reading one article and then rewriting that article in your own words. So now let's move on to creating a great title, because the first thing you're going to do is you're going to create a title, and you want it to be a great title because the title is really, really important when it comes to the search engines. And the reason why is that when the search engines are indexing your website, one of the very first things they're going to see is the title of the article. And also, our system, with the automated SEO that we're doing for you, our system is going to use what you put in the title to help determine the keywords that go into the page under the keywords section, and it's going to also use the title to help create the page name that the search engines are going to see as well. So you can see that the title is very important, because if you pick a title that doesn't have your keywords in it, is not relevant to what you want to be found for in the search engines, then the automated system is going to perpetuate that and use that title and the keywords that are in that title in the rest of the SEO of the page. So what's going to happen is that page is going to rank for what you titled it for. You titled the article for. That's what that page is going to rank for. So if you have a bad title, it's going to perpetuate all the way through the system, and the system's going to help you rank for that bad title. I'll give you an example of a bad title. So let's say, again, let's say your business is pest control, and you write a title that says, let's say, for example, "Don't be like Russia" is your title. That has nothing to do with pest control, and the system's going to use that to take care of the SEO. So that page is going to be SEO'd about Russia, and that's what it's going to try and rank it for. And that's what the search engines are going to see, is about Russia, nothing to do with pest control. This is why posting articles is also different than just blogging, because when you look at blogs, you'll see blogs that some of them just talk about anything that happens to be going on in the world. So you can see ones that talk about what's going on with the World Cup, what is Derek Jeter doing right now, all these different things, and they'll be just completely random blogs. Well, that's not going to help you rank in the top of the search engines for your services. So your articles need to be very specific, and your title is the very beginning of that article. So it must be keyword based, and it must be the kind of keywords that you want to rank for. So if you're a pest control company, it could be, your keywords could be pest control, it could be pest control services, it could be bug removal, it could be rodent removal, scorpion removal if you're in Arizona. The keywords that people are going to search for in the search engines, that's what you want to base it. So you want those keywords and just one set of keywords per article in the article. The next component of a great title is that it must include, at a minimum, your city and state. And the reason why is because the search engines are getting bombarded every single day with new content. And they're trying to figure out what that content, where they should rank that content for, and how high they should rank it. So it's our job to make their job as easy as possible. And the way we do that is by including the city and state in our titles, which means it's going to be perpetuated throughout the SEO of that page as well. So we're going to make it very simple for the search engines. If we want to rank for carpet cleaning in Mesa, Arizona, the title is going to be Carpet Cleaning Mesa, Arizona. That will be one of the titles I will use for one of my articles. That's very simple. It's easy for the search engines to understand, and we're telling them exactly where we want to rank for. Now, and you can see in the slide here, potentially you can add your zip code as well. So if there's a certain area that you service that you want to target, like let's say, for example, there's a zip code that has high-end homes, and you're a residential house cleaner. You can actually use that zip code in your titles. So an example would be affordable house cleaning services in Scottsdale, Arizona, 85211. And that's a very specific title, because I'm trying to focus and target a very specific geographical area to rank for. So you can definitely use your zip codes in your titles, and it will actually help you rank a little bit faster by having the zip code in there initially for that zip code. But you can just use the city and state as well. I suggest you mix it up a little bit. Again, if you have zip codes that are good money makers for you, then you can target those zip codes. The third part of the title is that you cannot duplicate titles. You need to make sure, at least at a minimum, that your city and state is different in a title. And by duplicating titles, what I mean by that is that I can't post an article today that is tile and grout cleaning Mesa, Arizona, and tomorrow I post another article, tile and grout cleaning Mesa, Arizona, and I do the same thing the next day and the next day and the next day. If I do that, that's just going to look like spam to the search engines. And we do not want to do that, because if the search engines feel like we're spamming them with poor content and a low quality content, then they're not going to rank us. So that makes it a little more difficult, because you may only have 5 to 10 keywords that you're really focused on, or that you think you're focused on. And you might be saying, well, great, how do I go after, that's only 5 or 10 articles. What am I going to do after that? Well, you can vary it, and we're going to talk about that. But the first thing to remember is do not duplicate your titles. I'm going to teach you how to create tons of different titles, but I want to make sure that I'm very clear that you do not duplicate your titles, because that will hurt you in the long run. So again, really quick on this slide, we'll just review a great title. It has to be something that a person would actually type into the search engine looking for your services. Don't make your titles obscure, long titles that nobody's going to search for, because I'll tell you what, it will rank for that long, obscure title, but the odds of you getting a job off of that one are not very high. 2, it must be keyword-based, focusing on your main keywords. 3, it must include your city, state, and potentially your zip code, if you want to target a certain zip code. And then 4, you cannot duplicate your titles. They've got to be different, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so right here, this is what we call our keywords table, and this is a method that we teach and that we use to help vary our titles and come up with tons of different titles. So this table is comprised of 3 different categories, or 3 different columns. You have your descriptor words on the left here, and then you have your keyword section, and then your additional descriptors. So we'll kind of address each one individually. Now, descriptor words, well, let's start with keywords first, actually, because these are the easiest. These are the keywords that you want to rank for in the search engines. Now, obviously, this is not a comprehensive list, but it's just an example for you. So, for example, if I'm a carpet cleaner, my keywords, my top keywords are going to be carpet cleaner, carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaner, tile and grout cleaner, tile and grout cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, and tile cleaning. We could also have, if we do natural stone, we could have natural stone cleaning. But you want to sit down and make a list of what are your top keywords. Now, when you're doing this, I want you to understand that you don't want to just focus on a few keywords. And I'm going to explain why. Because when it comes to search engine optimization, and when it comes to your competitors hiring somebody to do search engine optimization for them, if you've ever talked to a SEO company, you'll know that they usually ask you, what are your top 3 keywords, or what are your top 5 keywords? And that's what they're going to focus on, because they can only do so much work inside of a given budget, and only do so many keywords inside of a given budget. Every keyword you add is going to increase the price that they're going to charge you, because it's more work for them to go after additional keywords. So most companies out there, when it comes to search engine optimization, they're only targeting 3 to 5 keywords maximum. That's one of the reasons why we built the Post Place, because with the Post Place, you can target 100 keywords, you can target 1,000 keywords, and you can do it at no additional cost to you to target those different keywords. And that's the difference. Where your competitors are focusing all their budget and all their money on just 2, 3 to 5 keywords, you can go out and grab hundreds of different keywords that all get search traffic. For example, if you're a carpet cleaner, we have a list of 11,000 keywords that are related to carpet cleaning that get searched every single month. It's like 1.4 million searches. The interesting thing is that only about 0.5% of the total searches is for the keywords carpet cleaning. The rest are variations of those keywords and different searches, but they're all related to carpet cleaning, but they're variations because people type different things in. Well, if you're only targeting carpet cleaning and that's the only keyword you're going after, well, you're missing all of that other traffic out there that is being searched on a monthly basis. So with the post plays, you can go after hundreds, if not thousands, of keywords by using your articles and videos. So that's why it's so important to vary your keywords, and that's why this table is so important. So I've got a short list here of carpet cleaner keywords, and then I've got, we'll go back to the descriptor. Descriptor words are words that I can add onto the front of my keywords that make sense. So they're just going to describe the services. So for example, we've got best, affordable, discount, professional, expert, green, STEAM, pet friendly. Those are all descriptor keywords. All they're doing is further describing and narrowing down my main keywords. And then on the back end, we have the additional descriptor. These are keywords that I can put on the back side, like coupons, reviews, specials, specialist, expert, discounts, company, professional. So now I've got this list, and here I think I've got, what, about 8 different keywords on this list. Now you can make a much bigger list than this, but I've got 8. But look what I can do with that. So for example, with my first article, I could just simply title it Best Carpet Cleaner Coupons. And I go right across the very top row there, as you can see. Now, my next one could be Affordable Carpet Cleaning Reviews. And I can just go down this list where you say, well, what happens when I hit the bottom of the list? Well, now I start mixing it up because my next title could be Best Carpet Cleaning Reviews. And now that's totally different than the title I used earlier of Affordable Carpet Cleaning Reviews. Or I could use Discount Carpet Cleaner Coupons. That's a completely different title. And again, I'm going to put my city and state on the end. So it will be Discount Carpet Cleaner Coupons in San Diego, California. But you can see just by very quickly moving through the list and making different combinations, I can come up with probably 100 different titles just off of this list right here. For example, Steam Carpet Cleaning Specials, or Professional Upholstery Cleaner, and I can just do the 2. Or I can do Professional Upholstery Cleaning Company. So you can just literally take this table and just randomly pick different combinations and come up with 100, in this one I'd probably get 100 different uses out of it just off this list alone. So imagine if I doubled this list or tripled this list, all the different combinations that I could come up with. And again, all I've got to do is change one of them, and it's a completely different title. So again, Best Carpet Cleaner Coupons, Best Carpet Cleaner Reviews, Best Carpet Cleaner Specials, Best Carpet Cleaner Specialist. Again, I wouldn't want to do those all in a row. That might get a little repetitive looking, so I'm going to mix it up. But you can see how I can go through each one individually and come up with tons of different titles. So this is one of the things that I highly suggest that you do for your business, is just sit down and come up with your top keywords, as many as you can think of. And then you can start with the list I've got here from the descriptor words, and then just keep adding on to that. Anything that is relevant to your services that you can put on the front, do it. Additional descriptors, here's a good start for you, but anything that you can come up with on the end of that, go ahead and do it. And you'll be able to find that you can come up with a ton of different titles for your articles this way. The other thing you can do is I keep a spreadsheet, and every time I come up with a keyword combination, I just put it in my spreadsheet. And that way I can make sure that I'm not duplicating myself and doing it the same ones over again. So anyways, this is a great tool that we came up with to help you kind of come up with tons of different titles for your articles. And you'll notice these are all going to be right around your top keywords. So give this a try and let us know what you think of that. Okay, so what to do. These are the rules for crafting a killer article. We figured our title out now. We know how to make a great title, so now we've got to figure out the article. So the first rule is it's got to be 250 to 500 words of original content. 250 to 500 words seems like a lot, and it is a couple of paragraphs. So that can be a little difficult sometimes, but again, you can be more towards the 250 if that's where you need to be, or if you like to write, you know, shoot for more like the 500. Original content, again, is very important. We don't just want to copy someone else's article and put it up on our website. Google has actually started a program called Google Authorship, and what they're doing is basically they are figuring out who the author is of the original content, and they're giving that person the credit, and anytime that content is duplicated, they're giving 0 credit for it. So you want to make sure that you're writing original content so that you're getting the credit as the author of that content. And again, you can use other articles as examples to help you write, but you need to reword it and write it in your own words. The second part of rule to the articles is you want to use the same keywords that you used in your title of the article at least 2 times, including your city and state in the article. So if my article title is Best Carpet Cleaning Services in Mesa, Arizona, I want to use those keywords at least twice in the body of the article. So I could have a sentence that says, if you're looking for the best carpet cleaning services in Mesa, Arizona, you should be looking for a company that is this, 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 and this. Then I used it once. And then towards the bottom of my article, I figure out a way to work it back in there. Again, so I can say, you know, for the best carpet cleaning services in Mesa, Arizona, call Troy's Carpet Cleaning. And now I've worked those keywords in a second time. But it's very important that the keywords and the city-state that you're using in the title of the article are found in the article at least 2 times. And the reason why that's so important is because the search engines are kind of like training a dog. As smart as these search engines are, and the algorithms are, and the indexing spiders are that index your website, they're still a machine. And repetition is the best way to train a dog. It's the best way to train a machine. So by saying that, if our title is Carpet Cleaning in Mesa, Arizona, and I have Carpet Cleaning in Mesa, Arizona in the article 2 or 3 times, then the search engines are going to see that, and they're going to go, oh, okay, I understand. This guy wants me to rank this page for carpet cleaning services in Mesa, Arizona. Now, you don't want to go overboard, and you don't want to put it in there 10 times, because at some point, the search engines are going to say, you're just kind of spamming us at this point. They actually do kind of watch how many times a keyword is in an article, and if you put it in there too many times, they call it keyword stuffing, and they're going to actually start dinging you or taking away credit from you for that. Okay. Now, you can also use synonyms or variations of your keywords. So, for example, if my keyword is Best Carpet Cleaner Mesa, Arizona, and I can't quite fit that into the article and have it make sense, but I can put in Best Carpet Cleaning in Mesa, Arizona, that's good enough. So I can use a synonym from cleaner to cleaning, and that's close enough for the search engines that they're going to accept that and they're going to understand what is going on. The last part of an article that is essential is you need to have a link, and you want that link, it's a hyperlink basically, and you want that hyperlink to be the last set of keywords in the article that you've used. So again, if I'm continuing my example of Best Carpet Cleaning in Mesa, Arizona, the last time I use those keywords in my article, and it should be towards the end of the article in the last paragraph, I want to make those a hyperlink. So what I do is I actually highlight in the post place, I'm actually going to highlight those keywords, Best Carpet Cleaning in Mesa, Arizona, and then I'm going to click the link button, and then I'm going to link it to a relevant page on my website. So what I do is I have a tab open with the post place, and then I have another tab open with my website, and I go to the page that is relevant. So then when I highlight those words and I click the link button, I just can go over to the other tab, copy the URL for that relevant page, paste it in, and hit save, and it's going to make a hyperlink for me. Now, a hyperlink, just in case you don't know, is just like this. You see right here? That's a hyperlink. And you can see in this one, the hyperlink is actually a URL. So facebook.com/ontoplocal. And that's fine for here because I want you to go to that URL. But in the article, I don't want you to use the URL. I want you to use the keywords like Mesa or carpet cleaning in Mesa, Arizona. Those keywords will be your link, and then it will go to a URL to a relevant page on your website. And again, we do have training videos that show you exactly how to do that. And if you have any questions, you can always give us a call as well. But it's just really important. Again, these are the three keys to success when it comes to the article part of your post. You got to have 250 to 500 words of original content. Again, you need to use those same keywords with the city and state in the article 2 to 3 times. You can use synonyms and vary it a little bit if that helps you fit it into the article so that it makes sense. And then you've got to have a link. That's the last set of keywords towards the bottom of the article. And the reason why I want it at the bottom of the article is this page is actually a perfect example. If the search engines were coming down this page and indexing it, they're reading all these words. And when they get down here, they hit a link. Well, now the search engine has 2 options. It can either it can ignore the link and continue indexing down the page, or it can follow that link right there. And if it follows that link, it's going to leave this page. So that's the reason why I want my links towards the very bottom of the article. Because if the link is up towards the top of the article, then I'm giving the search engines a door to exit my article before it is finished indexing all of the content on the page. And I don't want to do that. I want it to index every single word on that page first and then hit the link at the bottom and follow it from there. So this page is actually a perfect example of how I would do an article as far as when it comes to the linking. I would have the content all at the top, and towards the bottom in my last paragraph, I would work a link in there. And again, it's going to be part of the sentence, like if you're looking for the best carpet cleaning in Mesa, Arizona, give Troy's Carpet Cleaning Company a call. And best carpet cleaning in Mesa, Arizona would be my link. All right. So here's actually an example for you. We grabbed a screenshot of a customer's article, and you can see right up here, how to fix mold damage in Gilbert, Arizona. That's a great title because they're going after mold damage in Gilbert, Arizona. That's what they do. They take care of mold damage. And this title is something that someone would actually search because there's a lot of people out there that are do-it-yourselfers, and they're going to look, can I do this on my own? And that's fine. Now, we don't want them doing this on their own. We don't want them messing with mold. But we want to capture the people that are thinking that they can do it, and then we're going to teach them why they shouldn't do it on their own and why they should hire us. So this is a great title, How to Fix Mold Damage in Gilbert, Arizona. He's got his keywords. He's got his city, state. Now you can see down below, he's got Fixing Mold Damage in Gilbert, Arizona right there. So he got his keywords in again. And then if we go throughout the article, he's going to have his keywords in here. Like he's got mold can come in a variety of colors. Mold is destructive. So the article is definitely relevant to what his title is. Again, you don't want to have a title and then have an article that's completely irrelevant. So I wouldn't have this title, How to Fix Mold Damage in Gilbert, Arizona, and then write an article about Derek Jeter. That's not going to do us any good. So it's a relevant article. And you can see that, so he's got his keywords and city, state right here. You come down here, and you can see he's got it in here again. Our firm specializes in both commercial and residential mold damage work. So he changed it. It's a little bit of a synonym here in Gilbert, Arizona, but that's fine. So he got it in there twice. And then down at the bottom, he has his keywords one more time. Mold damage removal services in Gilbert, Arizona. It's exactly the same, but very close to it so that the search engine understand what he wants to rank for. And now if I could click on this, this would actually go to another page on his website that is about mold damage and their services. So this is exactly how you'd want to do an article. You know, great title, keywords dispersed throughout the content, and then at the very bottom, he's got a link, a hyperlink that's using keywords, and it's going to a relevant page on his website. Now, I'll give you another little tip or trick when it comes to writing content. Again, if you're struggling with the 250 words to 500 words, you're having a hard time getting enough words, what you can do is you can come up with 1 or 2 or 3 sentences that are going to be pretty much the same. Like in this one, this sentence right here, superior, and this right here is the same in every one of his articles. So Superior Disaster takes pride in the reputation that has built through the integrity and honesty of its people. Our firm specializes in both commercial and residential mold damage work in Gilbert, Arizona. Now, what he does is he puts that in every single article. But what he does is he changes these keywords right here to match whatever the article is about, and he changes these keywords right here to match whatever the article is about. But, you know, that's another probably 50 words that he's got, you know, in that area that he's adding on to the bottom of every single article and then just making a slight change to it, and that helps him get up to his 250 keywords. So you can absolutely do the same thing. You come up with kind of a short description about your business and services. You can put that at the bottom of each article and work it in there so that it makes sense, like his does, and then make minor adjustments to it based on whatever the article is about. And that might get you another 50 keywords or another 50 words in the article that you wouldn't have had otherwise. So again, this is a great example of an article. Another thing I'll point out here real quick is that he uses an image in his article, which is great for 2 reasons. One is it's engaging, it gives people something to look at, which is nice, and 2, there's a good chance that some of the social media sites might actually pick that image up off of the page and put it in their site as well. So for example, on Facebook, when the Facebook post goes out, there's a good chance that Facebook might pick that image up and put it into the post as well. We can't guarantee it because it's Facebook's choice. We submit the content, we submit everything to them, and then they make a decision on, you know, whether they're going to grab the image or not. But it definitely improves your odds of having a better looking post on Facebook because there's an image there. And the other thing he did is he put in one of our automated opt-in forms. This is part of the post place. It's the very last option when you're going down the page to post an article. It asks you if you want to do an opt-in. You can choose from 3 different opt-ins that ask for name and phone number, name, email, phone number, and name, company name, email, and phone number. And then if someone fills out that opt-in on that page, that will be emailed directly to you to give you their contact information. And it will have a link coming back to this page so that you know what the opt-in was for. But again, this is an example of a well-written article. Okay, we'll move on to the next part. We just talked a little bit about you want to create a call to action within the content or at the bottom of the content. So you don't want to just teach them. You want to do a call to action to get them to either pick up the phone and call you, to email you, to fill out the opt-in at the bottom of the page. You want them to do something, not just read it and then move on to another website. So use a call to action in your content, and at a minimum, if you don't have one necessarily in the content, do the opt-in form at the bottom so that you have that call to action down there. A good idea for content. Now, where are you going to get all the content and the ideas for these articles? One of the best ideas I've seen is that basically every job you do, no matter what the job is, you should take a before and an after picture. So if you're a carpet cleaner, take a quick snapshot of the room, the carpet, what it looks like before, take a snapshot of what it looks like after on your smartphone, and then you can use those in your posts. And you can create a post about that job. So when you get back to the office or home or wherever it is you work out of, you can take that job that you just did that day and you can turn that into an article by just showing the before and after picture and then doing a nice write-up of what you did in that home. So now I've had a lot of people say, well, you know, each job is almost exactly the same, so how do I keep writing about the jobs I'm doing when they're very similar? Well, look for something that's a little bit different in that job. So for example, again, if you're a carpet cleaner, you may be cleaning a house and the people have 5 dogs. Well, great. Talk about pet stain or pet urine removal in that article. And that's what you focused on in that house. If they called you because the kids spilled nail polish on the carpet, take pictures of that, the before of the nail polish, the after, and then talk about getting the nail polish out. If you are a residential cleaner and you're cleaning the bathroom and you're cleaning the shower head, take a picture of the shower head, clean it, take a picture of it after, and use that in your post. Anything you do, again, what you're doing throughout the day is of interest, especially if you turn it into a teaching moment that you can teach someone online about. So take your jobs and turn them into posts. For example, I mean, if you're doing 2 to 3 jobs a day, that's your post for the day right there. Again, it's a great idea to use before and after pictures. They're powerful, they're compelling, and they're actually very likely to convert a web visitor into a customer. You can write a 1,000-word article, but it may not be as effective as showing them your work. Showing them, look at this carpet, it was destroyed, and look what it looked like after I left their house. That will convince them more than 500 words of content. So definitely take your before and after pictures. You can literally do this on the job site, with an iPad. We have customers that take an iPad with them. They take their pictures right there on the job site. They type in their post right there, and they upload it right from the iPad. So you literally could be doing postings while you're on the job. Or you can take the posts, and when you sit down for lunch, midway through the day, while you're sitting there waiting for your food to come, upload your posts, your articles, and get them done before you even head home for the day. So another thing you can do for content is, and it's not on this slide, but testimonials. If you have a customer that is just wowed by your services, ask them if you can shoot a real quick video testimonial of them. Just get a testimonial of them talking about what a great job you did. Or if they're not necessarily willing to do a video testimonial, you can just say, hey, could I have you write down, or could I have you just say, use an audio recorder on your phone and say, hey, could you just talk into my phone here and give me a testimonial? And you just start the recording, hand it to them, and let them talk into the phone. Later on, you can use that testimonial in the article. And they may give you half of the content for the article just in the testimonial. So there's lots of ways to create content. You can create it yourself, or you can get your customers to help you create it. But definitely do that. So, okay. What else should you be doing when you're doing an article? You want to make sure that you're using proper grammar and punctuation. Now, because potential clients may be turned off if they spot too many errors, so you always want to proofread your work. And so one idea is that you could actually, if you have a hard time with spelling, it's difficult for you, you can write your articles in like a Word document and then do a spell check and let it fix all the mistakes for you. Then you can just copy that and paste it into the post place using the Paste as Word button. It's a little W, a blue W symbol. You just click that button, paste it in, and it will go into the post place for you. But definitely, make sure that you are using proper grammar and trying to make sure there's no spelling errors. You want to write about one idea per paragraph. People don't read web articles. They kind of scan them, so they may not read the whole thing. So you want to write short, meaty paragraphs. Bullet points are great as well. It gives people a chance to quickly scan down, get the main idea, the gist of it. Try to make sure that it's very easy to read the article, and the article's not too complicated for them. You want to use action words. So people like reading about what they can do right now. Avoid using a passive voice to keep the article flowing. So again, do it yourself articles are great because people love to learn what they can do, and most people will want to see if they can figure it out themselves, and odds are they're not going to actually do it themselves. They're going to end up hiring you. But they're going to initially start the search of how can I clean this myself, or how can I take care of this problem myself? And then you just teach them how to do it, and then in the end, a soft sell pitch that they should really use your services to take care of it. Okay, what not to do. This is really important, and I want you to focus on this because these are the things that will kill your articles. So 1, do not steal content from someone else's website. That is not going to help you. It's an easy way to get articles out there, but you're just not going to get any bang for your buck when you're just copying somebody else's article, because as soon as Google realizes that that content is the same as somebody else's content, as far as from an article perspective, they're going to devalue it. So again, don't steal people's content. You can get ideas from other people, reword them in your own words, and post that. Do not jam your article with tons of keywords. 2 to 3 times is sufficient. If it's a really long article, you may go up to 4 or 5 times. But my suggestion is if you have a really long article that's upwards of 1,000 words, figure out how you can break it up into 2 articles and get 2 articles out of that content instead of just 1. But don't just jam it full of keywords. Otherwise, the search engines won't like it. And then do not write about something that's not relevant to the title of the article. So don't put a title that is about carpet cleaning and then post an article about a recipe on how to bake something. That's not going to get you any ranking by doing that. And even if it does rank, it's not going to convert any jobs for you because it's not relevant. When the person lands there, it's not going to have anything to do with what they were searching for, and it's not going to get you a job. So make sure that all the content is relevant to what the article is about, at least industry specific. Okay, so now we're going to turn over the time to a couple of questions. We don't want to keep you guys too long. We know you're busy. We want you out there making money, doing jobs. So we're just going to take a few minutes to go over some questions. If we probably won't get through all of the questions, but what we'll do is we'll personally answer any questions that we don't get through today so that you guys can get back out there and get working and bring some dollars in the door.
Troy, we do have a couple of questions. David wants to know, he said his videos are showing up on the first page of YouTube and Google Plus for the most popular keywords he uses. However, they're not showing up on the first page of Google search. What can he do to get the videos on the first page of Google?
Okay, that's a great question. And first off, I'm very excited that David is doing videos because videos are very important. We didn't talk about videos in this webinar because we're focusing on articles in this one, but videos are very important because the search engines love them. Google spent over $1 billion to buy YouTube. It's the second largest search engine in the world, right behind Google. So video is super important. The other thing that's important about video, and the reason why we integrated our system with YouTube, is because since Google spent so much money on YouTube, and since it's the second largest search engine, they index it every second of every single day. Websites, on average, get indexed about once every 30 days. So when you put new content up, it may not get indexed for 30 days. But if you put a video up on YouTube, there's a good chance it's going to be indexed that day or the next day. And it has the potential of showing up in the search engines. Now, I'll say that our websites and our customers that are pushing out content on a daily basis, they are getting indexed on a daily basis. So we have customers that have actually pushed out articles once they have authority with Google. They pushed out articles in the morning, and when you do a search in the afternoon, that article's showing up on the first page of Google. So once you have authority, Google's going to come back, and once you're feeding them tons and tons of content, they're going to come back a lot. and get that content from you. So what David can do is, really the key is to keep pushing out additional videos. They're going to show up good on YouTube, and they'll Google Plus. Initially, they'll show up there as well. The other thing to focus on when you're doing videos is make sure that the titles, you're doing very good titles when it comes to the videos, so that Google will rank them. Again, the title of a video should be very similar to the way that you do a title of article. You want your keywords in there, you want your city, state, so that when people do a search for home inspection in Dayton, Ohio, your video is going to show up there because you've created a video, put it on YouTube that's titled Home Inspection Dayton, Ohio. So the titles are very important. The other thing you can do on your videos to help them show up is you make sure when you upload the video that you put a nice description in there, that you have your keywords in that description. It's almost going to be like a little mini article, if you will, because Google's going to index the description of the video as well. And then just putting up more and more videos. The more and more videos you get up there, the more and more you're going to find that they are indexed and showing up in the search engines. The other thing you can do when it comes to videos is share them through your social media sites, share them with friends and family, and ask them to go watch the videos, because Google does like to see people viewing the videos and people actually clicking the like button on the video. So all of those things are going to help that video rank a little bit better as well. So share it with your family, share it with your friends, ask them to watch the video and to like the video, and that will help it show up in the search engines. And you'll find that once it does show up in the search engines, it can stay there a really long time. We've got customers that have put videos up 3 years ago that are still showing up on the first page of Google. So it's a great way to grab one more spot on the first page.
Great. A couple other people also want to know, should they be posting more articles or more videos?
Okay, that's another great question. And initially, I would suggest that you split it right down the middle. That you post, if you've got 40 posts a month, do 20 article posts and do 20 video posts. And the reason why I say that is, well, for two reasons. One, the search engines want different content. So they're going to want videos, they're going to want articles. That's part of it. You want to feed them both. The second part of it is that it's very interesting with us having, hundreds of clients all around the US, Canada, the UK, Australia. We get to see how the search engines react in different geographical areas. And they actually do react differently for different customers. Some customers, they'll post articles, they'll post videos, and their videos will show up very quickly in the search results, but their articles will take a little bit longer. So in that area, Google's looking for more video content. So it's good in the beginning to do a 50-50 split so that you can test and see what comes up best in your specific area for your industry. Because sometimes we see it's articles, sometimes we see it's videos, and then in other areas it's both. But if you have one, if you've been doing it for a while, 3 to 6 months, and you're finding that your videos are coming up better than your articles, then you can start to slide it a little bit and say, okay, I'm going to do 70% video and 30% article, or 60% video and 40% article. You can slide towards the side that is working better in your area, but you don't want to go completely away from one or the other, because the search engines are looking for both. So if you're not putting out any written content, any articles, that will eventually hurt you. So you can make a minor adjustment either way based on what's working better for you, but make sure that you are doing both. And actually, I'll give you one more real quick tip on that too. If you write an article, and it's a pretty good article, you can always take that article and turn that into a video. So basically, you just use the article as a script, and you can either record yourself talking about, you can use your webcam if you want on your computer and basically talk about the article, or you can do kind of what we did today, where you do a PowerPoint presentation and you put the bullet points of your article in the presentation. and then you can just record yourself going through the presentation. There's a lot of screen capture software out there that's free that you can use. There's a couple really good paid ones, like Snagit is a really good paid one. I think it's $49. And you can record your screen and record audio. So you literally could go through, just like kind of we've gone through today, and turn every single article you created into a video that you can upload to YouTube. So that's a way to, you know, do half as much work as far as creating content and double the effort. All right, are there any more questions, Kelly?
There are a couple other questions. I think that's all the time that we have for questions today, though. All the other questions, we'll make sure to get back to them personally.
Perfect, yep. So again, we don't want to keep you guys away from work too long. We want you out there making money, doing jobs. So we're going to try to keep these as short as possible. We are out of time, but again, as Kelly said, we will answer any of the questions that were submitted that weren't answered on the webinar. We'll answer personally for you. And again, we want to thank you for coming and for joining this webinar. We hope it's been helpful. We want you guys to be super successful when it comes to writing your articles and producing your videos. So if you, again, have any questions, if there's anything we can do to help you, just let us know.